When it comes to the nature of an insane story, I believe only very few can truly craft a story that is truly both insane to watch, listen, and just look at. But I believe there's one story that has always withstood the test of time no matter how many iterations that it's been in, which is why I want to talk about it today. So let's do that. Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm That One Movie Geek, and today I want to talk about Sam and Max. Now, if you've never heard of Sam and Max, I honestly don't blame you. Sam and Max aren't really big names, or a series that aims to be loved and adored. If anything, they're more like those two quiet kids that were always in the corner and did their own thing. They never wanted attention, but it would never hurt them if they did get attention. There's no easy way to describe what Sam and Max is, because if you did, it would just leave you with more questions than answers. But thankfully, the internet exists. So, I can put my opinion on here and tell you what I think Sam and Max is. And of course, if you have other opinions, then that's completely okay. You don't have to have the same opinions as I do. But with all that being said, I feel it's important that I express my opinion on this. So, if you're up for it, sit back, relax, and join me as we try to figure out what is Sam and Max. Sam and Max originally began as a comic created by the legendary Steve Purcell. Originally, it was his brother that created the characters, but would often not finish the story. This led Steve to take the stories and finish them in his brother's style, while albeit in a parodied sort of way. Steve essentially took the characters and the story and turned it on its head in a sort of Mel Brooks way, parodying both the style and the genre it was supposed to be representing. Seeing no opportunities with this, he quickly made a contract and turned the characters over to Steve, giving him full control and hoping that the nightmarish parodying would end. Oh boy, was he so wrong about that. Now that Steve was in the driver's seat, he was never going back. He had full control over these characters, and he unleashed a tidal wave of chaos upon his first issue with them. And with every adventure the characters went on, it only got weirder and weirder, in the best way possible. And even if he didn't want to work on them, something always made Steve come back. No one knew why this tale about a talking dog and a walking lagomorph bunny thing was so popular, but it just was. And there was always something that just kept people wanting more from it, just as Steve always wanted to keep coming back to them. You're probably asking, how could that be possible? Well, let me tell you. Sam and Max follow the crazy, chaotic, unhinged, and unbelievable stories about a talking anthropomorphic dog named Sam and his insane rabbity thing best friend, Max. Under the law, they work as freelance police officers. In other words, jobs that the morally sane are too stupid to comprehend, or even bother to understand for that matter. In order to fight the chaos, you need beings of natural chaos. It makes sense the more you think about it. Anyways, eventually Steve took the characters to Lucas Comics, where they eventually got more attention in the form of video games. With their first big hit, Sam and Max hit the road. And fun fact for you, the voice of Goofy is Sam in this game.
Looks to me like a marginally volatile hostage situation, Max.
Ooh, does this mean we get to kick some puffy white mad scientist butt?
Can't think of a reason not to.
I see Potato Land every night.
Every night in my dreams.
Of course, as time went on, Sam and Max would gain more of a following with a select few, which led to them showcasing more of what they were capable of. And with that amazing style of humor, it seemed that Sam and Max had no end in sight for what could be done with them.
Good thing your protective hat and my non-compatible brain render us both impervious to hypnotism.
And it's a good thing you've been taking those classes in subtle exposition, pal. You must be at least this tall to ride this ride.
Fascist oppressors.
Planes are falling from the sky. Nuclear reactors are nearing meltdown.
And scores of pasty white nerds will be forced to go outdoors and socialize with normal people.
I'm going to have you play a scene from Old Yeller. Tell me you've seen it.
I'm not into horror movies.
This of course led to more opportunities regarding games with them, specifically Telltale games. Telltale was very well known for their point-and-click adventure games, so Sam and Max seemed to fit the bill, almost perfectly. And it definitely showed with every game that they were in. Sam and Max Saved the World, Sam and Max The Devil's Playhouse, and of course, Sam and Max Beyond Space and Time. There seemed to be no end in sight for Sam and Max. Until there was. When Telltale eventually fell off and couldn't produce any more games, well, maybe because they're restoring The Devil's Playhouse, but we'll see what happens. There seems to be no hope for saving this insanely lovable duo. Until some miracle comes along and puts them back into the stratosphere, it looks like Sam and Max will just be this duo that was forgotten. Unless, of course, people dare to give them a try, but alas, I don't think this is for everyone. Which brings me back to the subject of this video, and why I wanted to talk about them in the first place. The reason I made this video is probably the same reason that every Sam and Max fan on the planet is watching this video. To talk about them. To get people interested. To share the legends and stories that may fade out of existence if they are not kept and treasured and shared with the world. But more than that, Sam and Max are a one-of-a-kind duo, like Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. Yes, I am making that comparison because that is what they are. Sam and Max have done what Woody and Buzz have done in terms of an iconic duo. Sam and Max are just two chaotic individuals that find common ground with each other and live for whatever chaos comes their way. Without either one of them, the yin to the other's yang, everything would fall apart. And that's not an exaggeration. That's a fact. So much so that Telltale made a game based off of that fact that I just said. Which, as every fan will probably agree with me, the best Sam and Max game. And beyond the look of something so goofy and chaotic, lies one of the best lessons that life has to offer. The purpose of Sam and Max isn't to find logic, it's to live life no matter what happens to you. You could fall down, be at the worst of places, be at the bottom of the barrel, yet still live your life how you want to live your life. Through those relationships that you've made with everyone. Through those situations that have made you stronger. And no matter what may come your way, you can always overcome it with the help of those around you. Hence why Max needs Sam, and Sam needs Max. Sam and Max are two sides of the same coin. The yin to the other's yang, as I stated before. Without each other existing to counteract each other's insane antics, they would be nowhere. And while some may see it as weird and unnatural, Sam and Max, they've never known normal. They've never been normal, for that matter. I mean, in one of the comics, Max loses their car and then gets kidnapped and taken to some place called Kill a Monster, forcing Sam to bike after Max, and Max, in a twist of events, saving Sam, somehow, from a giant monster. It's insanity, but for some reason you can't help but laugh at it, which I think is just the charm of what Sam and Max can do. But here's the bottom line. Sam and Max are two insane buddy cops that don't know what they're doing, but love what they're doing at the same time. They're funny, clever, fun, resourceful, and for some unexplained and unknown reason, unbelievably great. Which is why I more than recommend checking out their insane adventures if anything that I've said piques your interest. And until next time, remember, Max doesn't even like girls. And there's a lot more hidden layers to Sam and Max than meets the eye. It just takes a certain person to find them. Also, check out their Fox Kids cartoon, Sam and Max Freelance Police. It's one of the best cartoons I've ever watched. No joke. You put this on, I will not question it, I will love it, and I will watch it till my heart's content. And until then, good day. Thank you all for watching. If you like this, please like it. And do all that other stuff that you do on YouTube, because I don't know what YouTube is anymore. And if you have something you want me to talk about, please leave a comment down below. I'm always happy to read them. And who knows, maybe I'll get a shout out in my next video. Also, if you're watching up until this point, thank you. You're one of the select few that actually do that, and I respect you for that. And until next time, I'll see you hopefully in a month. Hopefully.
Please leave a comment. I'm desperate for ideas.